make sure you can see where we're at. Hold on, come on. We're going to work with a puppy and kind of just go over some training tips to help, some free training tips, you know, so make sure you stay tuned because these are some gems going to give you. But yeah, free training tips for pretty much like any dog, but you know, we raise Giant Schnauzers, so we're working with Giant Schnauzers. This is a puppy that we're working with that has just been socialized. We haven't done any type of training at all with this puppy. And you know what socialized means is that the puppy's been exposed to different environments, different settings, is confident, and it doesn't just mean like, oh, the dog is socialized and like plays with other dogs. Not at all. Been in the house, been in car rides, been to festivals, stuff like that. So it's just like the dog, she knows this is a girl and she knows how to walk on the leash, and just real simple. She's just a dog. She hasn't done anything like of importance per obedience. Like she has no idea what obedience is. She's just herself. So we're going to talk about like how to approach like training, and just really it can be used for someone like, you know, people rescue dogs and stuff, or you get an older dog. Like training is for any stage, any level, any age of dog. So, you know, hope you find this information helpful, whatever we uncover and explore. All of our lives are usually pretty organic, so hope you enjoy it and tune in with us. So what I'm going to do is grab a couple tools and kind of like talk about what they are, what they're for, and yeah, go from there. So first tool I want to talk about is this. This is a slip lead, and what a slip lead basically is a leash that provides the dog with pressure around the neck. We do balance training, so what that means is, you know, there's a reward, a praise, and then there's also, you know, a correction when you're not doing the right thing. And any correction is always met with like a redirection, and that redirection is done towards a reward. So I always like to put it like with balance training, think of a battery. You know, you put a positive side and a negative side, but both of those charges make whatever device or electronic you're putting the battery in work. So that's how balance training works, and hopefully that makes sense to you and resonates. But this slip lead goes around your dog's neck, and it looks just like this. Like, so at the end of the leash, you have a handle, and this can tighten up or loosen. So whenever I need to correct a dog, I'm going to tighten the pressure here. I'm not choking the dog, you know, I'm just tightening it. And what it really acts as is kind of like, hey, like a tap. Hey, I need your attention. Hey, you, hey. So anytime I'm doing this, I'm communicating to the dog like, hey, cut it out. Or hey, I need your attention. It's just a tool to allow me to communicate with the dog. Whoops, sorry about that. So this dog, she has never worked on a slip lead. She's never done any training, once again, like I mentioned. So there's one tool. And all of these tools, we actually have them on our Instagram page. So if you go to our Instagram page and go to the link in the bio, there's literally like a page that says supplies. And they are all Amazon links, but it's like right there for you. So you can just click it, cart, and keep it moving. You know, it's very easy. If you have any questions on where that link is, just leave us a comment and we'll redirect you where it's at. But so that's a slip lead. Then what she has on is a collar, And this is just like a regular dog collar. So this is not something that's used for training in any way, shape, or form. It's really just, hey, I got a collar on my dog and it's connected to a leash. It doesn't communicate anything, and it just doesn't do anything. It's just on there for you to put like a tag on and to be able to connect your dog to a leash. So yeah, don't rely on your dog's collar for anything really, other than just walking on a leash. Now then you have your leash. So all of these are really important tools, but just know this setup of the collar and leash doesn't do anything as far as training is concerned. You know, if your dog's walking and you're pulling the leash like this, you know, you're already like failing. So don't worry about this. Get a slip lead. If anything, tool-wise, start off with a slip lead. It's real easy, real gentle and simple to start doing balance training with your dog. So that's a slip lead. And don't mind this girl's ears. They're like hanging out. The puppy ear posting process is a process. I just don't like how they're sticking out like this. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some food. We're going to work on food luring. And what that is doing obedience or working on tasks that you want a dog to demonstrate, commands you want a dog to learn with food. And what we use is raw, so that way it's a high value reward. Dogs love raw, and we use ground beef, and we also use hot dogs. We like to use beef and turkey at the kennel, or chicken. And you know, that's just what our dogs are used to. There are a lot of other variations of like what you could use as treats and stuff like that, but that's just ours. So, you know, you don't have to stick to it, but hey, it works for us. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you may see me using some ground beef. I have gloves on because I am touching raw. I have nice nails. I don't like to get my nails dirty with raw meat. It's gross. So if you have a question about why do we have gloves on, because definitely seen that in the past on videos. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get to some training. Goodness gracious. We're gonna work on some behaviors like giving eye contact, coming, responding to body language, responding to hand signals, sitting, laying down, if we can get it. I think we can. Staying for a short period, really short period. I said coming. And then on this little stool I'm sitting on, I might try to get her to stand up on it. So this is just a very short session. Like this puppy is like about 4.5, almost 5 months old. So even at that age, like, and as big as she is, she's still a little puppy. Like brain-wise, she's just, you know, she's a baby. So we keep sessions really short and sweet. So sessions, and for any dog, you should do your max like 15 minutes. That's where you're going to see like the best result out of the dog. So we're gonna do her probably for like 5 to 10 and just see how it goes. Maybe on average for like 7 minutes. So, all right, without further ado, go ahead and get started with some training. All right, Mama, you ready? So she's like really happy. She's a really cool girl. And she actually doesn't have a name yet. So if you think of a name, please let us know in the comments what her name could be. This is a dog that we have kept for our breeding program. She is really cool. But we just haven't named her yet. We had a couple that we kind of bounced around, but if you see her personality through the video in our training, let us know. And it'd be really cool for you to name one of our Royal Giants. All right, cool, let's get to work really. So I have here ground beef and hot dogs. Good. I'm just kind of letting her know what's up, what's in it. She can smell it. She's like, oh yeah, let me get that. And then keep in mind, prior to this, we have not fed this dog. So she hasn't eaten anything today. Usually puppies eat 2 to 3 times a day at the kennel. It just kind of depends on where they're at size-wise and what their portion requirements may be. But she hasn't had any meals. So she's had 2 meals that she hasn't had. And then also last night, she had a meal that she didn't have. Why? Because we knew we were doing this training session today, and we wanted to have the maximum effort from her as far as food motivation. And what food motivation is, the willingness to perform and demonstrate behaviors based off of the desire to get the food. So that's what we're seeing right now. She's like, give me that food immediately. All right, cool, so let's get started. do is introduce the food to the dog. I have this leash on, but I really don't need to use this. I'm gonna take it off. I also want to note we are in a controlled environment. So there is a dog that's behind me in a run, but the dog is chilling, not stimulated or engaging. So it's still pretty much a controlled environment. And what that means is there's not much going on, there aren't distractions present, it's just you one-on-one with the dog, and you don't have to worry about anything else and worry about the dog being interested in something else. The dog is really, it allows the dog to be able to be focused on you. All right, so the first step to food luring is I'm going to present the food to the dog's nose and let her know that I have this food. Any jumping, I'm just gonna turn away or ignore it, or I'm gonna use my body language and give her a knee to let her know I don't want her to jump on me. I'm not gonna push her off. Anytime we use hands on the dog, this is a praise and a reward. So I don't want to touch this dog. So I let her know that I had it. And what I want her to do is get comfortable with taking direction from my hand. So I got the food in my hand, I take a small little piece of ground beef and have it rolled up in a ball, and I conceal it to where my hand is covering it like so. I actually am like, nobody has joined this live, so I'm gonna cancel it and then come back again. So give me just a second, y'all. I'm gonna restart it.